Hey, hey, hey. I hope you're having a marvelous Monday. It's your favorite remote work enthusiast, Delilah, and I am back with some hot leads. Y'all know I love starting off the work week with some awesome opportunities. I have a little bit of something for everyone, including non-phone. So we're going to get right to it. I'm going to hit the 1, 2, and you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, and on that note, we are ready to jump in. All right, y'all. So, the first company that I want to spotlight is called Clear Captions. And this is a company that I have shared multiple times on my channel. It's just been a while. And I am so glad to see that they have something available. And it has a start date of a month from now. So, this time next month, some of y'all are going to be working for Clear Captions. Now, what this company specializes in are phones, and specifically phones that caption what the person is saying. And that is very helpful, especially when you lose your hearing. They tend to cater to the older population, but anyone who's hard of hearing, this phone and this company's services are very beneficial. And you can check them out on their Glass store. You can see that they have a great rating. This is a pretty sizable company and they are based out of Tennessee. So, to navigate to their careers, we can go to the top where it says About Us and select careers. And then from here, we can click the View Open Roles button, and they have multiple opportunities available. You can type in remote to just, search for the remote ones. And they have a couple other ones you might be interested in, but I'm going to get into this lead right here. So jumping on in, this is for their client care specialist position. They let us know that you are going to be in charge of building relationships and problem solving. And so you're not going to rush through calls. This is more of a let me hold your hand, walk you through how to use the service, the product kind of role. Because remember, you are helping people who are hard of hearing and they need help with their phone, their, technology that they have from the company. And that's what you're going to be doing. So you're going to be taking inbound phone calls as well as chats, and you're going to provide training related to Clear Captions products and services. And you're going to be measured on your service level, performance, and customer satisfaction. So, remember, they told us it's not so much about getting on that phone and rushing through the phone call, but how effective are you when you are on the phone, which I can 1,000% get behind because, if I don't have that clock ticking in the background, I'm going to make sure I get, the customer squared away. And I know that's how a lot of people are. So if you are allergic to a phone, this one in my book isn't so bad because it's not about, 5 minutes, no matter what the phone call's about. It's about, did I actually help the person on the other end? And, that's very good. I like that. So, to qualify, you need to have a high school diploma or equivalent, 3 years of customer service experience. You have to be able to do basic telephone troubleshooting. So, someone might call and say, "Hey, I don't see the captioning." You're going to have to talk them through that. So, that's the gist of this role. And down here, they tell us that the start date is July 20th, and we see the details. Okay, so these aren't bad details at all. I would enjoy this role. I like older people. I think, they have a lot of wisdom. So if you are someone who finds this interesting, I would absolutely put my best foot forward using the remote resume builder software. And we just updated to the next iteration of our Claude AI. And what we do with this feature is we've already got it prompted. You just copy and paste the job description into the software, and you can see when you log in and you go to the resume builder, you can just hit that button, get AI suggestions. You paste it in there, you hit get suggestions, and you'll see how the software tells you if you're a good match and what you can do to improve your resume. So I'm telling y'all, this AI feature is a game changer and you can use it for your resume. So I highly recommend using either customer service 1 or 2 template, or you can use the general call center template for this role and let the AI help you customize. The software is only $1 during our 7-day trial, and after that, it is just $37 per month. Make unlimited resumes and cover letters. Try it out. Link is in the description box below. And now let's move on to the next hot lead. So moving along, the next company that I want to spotlight is called Cherry Becker. And this is a company that, it just lives rent free in my head. Some years ago, which is crazy to say, I had shared a lead. I want to say it was around like maybe November-ish. And it was like a seasonal tax position where you're doing like the data entry part of it, not the actual taxes. So it was like very beginner friendly, just about anyone could do it. And I remember a couple of my subscribers told me, hey, I got hired and I even, come back seasonally. So this is a company that has been on my radar, to say the least. Now, I found another data entry role. And I know you guys love the non-phone typing positions. Now, to learn more about the company, you can check them out on their Glassdoor. This is a large company, great rating, and they are based in North Carolina. And to navigate to their careers, they have it at the top right for us. And from here, I'm going to select experienced hire opportunities. And now we're going to see what they have available. We can choose our location if we want to search that way, but I just went ahead and typed in remote to make things simple. And so now I'm seeing all of their remote opportunities, and the one that I'm going to get into, it's available in a handful of locations, not all, and they just recently shared it. So you can see they have a lot of opportunities. I'm going to get into one right now. So jumping on in, this is for their PSA support coordinator position. And this opportunity is available in these locations. So look for your state. They've got Texas, Kentucky, Colorado, Indiana, Virginia. They have North Carolina, Illinois, Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, and it looks like it's those handful of states. So don't worry so much about the city. I would just apply if my state's listed. Now they let us know that you are going to review data entered within PSA software for accuracy and completeness, generate reports upon request, resolve inaccurate records of regular and billable hours, review client and job setups for accuracy, update client and billing contact addresses, and troubleshoot and resolve minor issues. So to qualify, you need a high school diploma and 1 year of clerical or admin work. And you got to know Microsoft Excel and payroll software. If I knew Microsoft Excel, but I wasn't really familiar with like payroll software, and I've, done my year plus however much of admin work, I'm applying, okay? I'm applying. And, this is a great one. And we see the details here. So, y'all, this is a good old data entry role. You're doing clerical work. So it's not just the typing. Because remember, you're going to be using Excel. You're going to generate those reports, and you're going to make sure that everything's accurate. So I absolutely would use the administrative coordinator template, because this one's going to get the data entry, it's going to get the typing, it's going to get the fact that you know how to use Excel and make those reports. And remember, the AI is going to help you, because if you are like, I don't know what to do with my resume, you can just go in, copy it, go to the software, paste it into that template after you've added your razzle dazzle, and hit get suggestions. And it's going to come up with a report similar like this. And it's going to help you with, easy copy and pastable things to, customize your resume. So I am telling y'all, get your application, use the software. And, I know this one is limited, but this is a great one. And this is a company to watch. You might be stalking them like I do. So now let's move on to the next hot lead. So moving along, the next company is a company called MedVet. And I've been been getting requests for more like pet friendly vet type positions. So, hey, here's another company for you pet lovers. And this is such a cute doggy. Now, this company is all about, emergency vet and specialty care. If you go to their glass store, you can see they have a great rating. This is a large company and they are based out of Ohio. And to navigate to their careers, we can just scroll down to the bottom and we'll see where it says careers. So we'll just select careers and then we'll hit view all positions. And so now I'm going to get into a lead. So jumping on in, this is for their senior help desk technician position, and they list off multiple states. I see California in the number, and I also see my great state of Georgia in the number. So this could be US wide, or it could be just the states that are listed up here at the top. Now, this is a tech support role, and they are looking for a senior technician tier 2, and you're going to be responsible for owning advanced technical issue resolution and ensuring accurate, disciplined escalation to downstream IT teams. This role exists to protect service delivery flow, maintain clear accountability, and restore caregiver trust through consistent ownership and follow through. So, you're going to accept work only through defined escalation paths and owns assign tickets through resolution. And so you will quarterly travel to one of their MedVet hospitals. And this is exciting because I've talked about in some of my workshops, the different types of remote opportunities you'll see, and something that you'll notice with more career-oriented positions is the fact that they're going to fly you out to the headquarters for a meeting or two, throughout the year. It might be quarterly, it might be, twice a year, and in this case, it would be quarterly. So that's fun to be able to see the people you work with daily, shake things up in the routine, and all the other time you are working at the house. So I think that's pretty awesome. And I've done my fair share of business travel. Now, to qualify for this role, they want you to have 2 years of experience in a troubleshooting IT environment. Experience in the healthcare and or vet industry is a plus, but not required. So this one is for all my folks who, you've been asking for tech support. I haven't shared tech support probably in like the last few videos. So here y'all go, okay? Here's the details. And they let us know that experience is what they're looking for. So it's great if you have a bachelor's or certification, but that's not what they're looking at. They're looking for you folks who have done this before. So that's perfect. And you get great benefits. And I absolutely would use the tech support resume template. And I would make sure that I copy and paste that job description, pop it into the AI in the software, and let it help me customize. And now let's move on to the final hot lead. So moving along, the next company that I want to share is Sagility, and they have just been on fire as of late. Like this year, I've shared Sagility many times because it's like they have a specialty in those foot in the door, beginner friendly positions where you can get some really great experience in roles that have a lot of growth. And so if you're not familiar with them, you can go to their glass store. They have a great rating. This is a huge company and they are based out of Atlanta like me. And so to navigate to their careers, you can go to the top right and select careers. And then from here, you can search, but I always just leave it blank because when I do that and hit search, it opens it up in like a way where I kind of like seeing the things at a glance. And so I'm going to get into a role right now. So jumping on in, this is for a credentialing advocate position. Now, the leads that I have been sharing, these are leads that you guys have been asking for. That's what I do, okay? When you guys leave a comment and say, Delilah, I'm looking for such and such, I actually look and I try and deliver. Now, I know a few of y'all have mentioned you are interested in credentialing, and that's a great field to get into. Now, this company, as I mentioned, it's kind of like they specialize in the beginner friendly foot in the door opportunities, which this is what that is. So they're looking for someone who has a high school diploma, you have strong attention to detail, you know Microsoft Office, great communication skills, and basically you can multitask. So that's pretty much anybody who has a can-do attitude. Now there's a trade-off, okay? If they're gonna be like, hey, come one, come all, the details aren't gonna be quite what you want, okay? But the thing is, you're getting experience in a role that once you have experience, you can go somewhere else and make at least 30% more. Okay, at least. So think about it like that. Think about it kind of like you're going to school and you're getting, the benefits at the same time. Now, what you're going to do in this credentialing role is you are going to conduct primary source verification of provider credentials. You're going to maintain accurate and up-to-date provider records, track expiration dates for licenses, certifications, and malpractice insurance, prepare credentialing and re-credentialing files for review and approval, communicate with providers to obtain required documentation and resolve discrepancies, support audits, accreditation reviews, and compliance reporting, and adhere to company policies. So this is a great mix of clerical and phone-based work. But keep in mind, a lot of times when we're trying to get away from the phone, it's the whole ringing off the hook, can't get off the phone before another call comes in thing. You're talking to providers and you're talking to them about making sure that their credentials are, squared away so that they can practice. So it's not like you're talking to random customers, more so people who they want to hear from you because they're trying to, ultimately work. So this is a great one. I love this one. And if you do too, I would put my best foot forward using the remote resume builder software. I would absolutely use our credentialing template. And remember, not all the templates we have are listed here. When you go into the software and you go to My Resumes, that's going to show you your resumes plus all of the templates that live in the software. And you can just type in, credentialing. You don't even have to type the whole word and you'll see it marked as a template. So we've got tons of templates in here. And I would build off of this template and I would just copy and paste that job description, pop it into the AI and let it help me customize. So you guys try out the software. We've got so many resume and cover letter templates. Link is in the description box below. Next up on the resources list is Extra Leads Club. We help you save time and get the result, which is being gainfully employed because we do the job hunting for you. So if you like these leads in my video, you're going to love the leads in Extra Leads Club because there's more where that came from. And we don't use a robot. We use our own human eyes and brains and fingers to look for these leads and add them to Extra Leads Club every single weekday, bright and early. So it's only $10 a month. Do yourself a favor, have hundreds of leads found for you, and that's going to make it so much easier to get your application in and ultimately get hired. Link is in the description box below. Try it out for $1. And last but certainly not least is my website, remoteworklife.co. We recently crossed 1,000 companies. These are all companies that are known to hire you to work from home. I have shared all of these companies on my channel. It's been years, y'all. Okay, it's been years in the making. So you can search the mega list. You can type in, let's say you're into data entry. You love that Cherry Beckert lead. You can type in data and you can see we tag these companies and there are plenty to choose from that will offer you some type of data entry role. So check out my website, remoteworklife.co, Extra Leads Club, and the software. And you can use the AI feature to build your resume. So thank you guys so much for watching. I truly hope this has been helpful and I will talk to you soon. Bye.